Hello everyone, this is Viren and welcome to the fantasy match preview for the all-important first ODI between Sri Lanka women versus India women. This preview is powered by Nostra Pro, and you keep in mind that you join us on the Telegram channel Fantasy Crick Pro for all the final teams and updates. Now let's get to the preview. So this is my team for today. I'm going with 1 keeper, 3 batsmen, 4 all-rounders and 3 bowlers. Now keep in mind that there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of who will play, who won't play. So for now, this is sort of a base team, and I'll also mention a lot of rotations and options to you, so do hear them carefully. So first up, the keepers and the batters. So the 1 keeper I'm going with, Yastika Bhatia. Now she did have a tough time slightly in that T20 series, but we saw that in that World Cup that she played pretty well in the ODI format, and she's expected to bat in the top 4. So keeping that in mind, I think she's a great choice. Then you look at the 3 batters, Smithi, Mandana and Shafa Verma, both picked themselves. Now maybe Smithi Mandana is batting first, her record is not that great versus Sri Lanka and in Sri Lanka either. So maybe that's a punt drop, but obviously slightly risky. Shafali Verma has not been in the best form with the bat, but we're seeing that Harmanpreet is using her quite a bit with the ball too, like we've experienced in the last few games. And keeping that in mind makes her a slightly risky drop because the Sri Lanka batting is not that strong. And the last pick is Nilakshi Da Silva, who batted pretty well in that third T20 along with Chamari Attapattu. And keep in mind that in the ODI format she might bowl a bit too. So I think that makes her a good choice, especially in this format. And now we have the all-rounders and the bowlers for this one. So I think one all-rounder from Sri Lanka, Chamari Attapattu, she batted really well in that third T20 and took her team home in an unexpected victory. So I think she picks herself by default. Second pick would be Harmanpreet Kaur, been in really good form with the bat in the last few games. But I think she's got a few early chances and hence I'm not making her my captain. The other 2 picks are Dipti Sharma and Pooja Vastrakar, who again are more suited in this format. So I think this will be their better suit, and hence Dipti is my captain and Pooja Vastrakar is my vice captain for this specific game. Also Dipti is expected to bowl that full quota, which she did not do in a few of the T20s, but let's see how this goes. Then you look at the 3 bowlers, Rana Singhe and Ranveera, who have been most impressive for the Sri Lankan lineup. Now yes, if Radha Yadav plays, then I might slot out Rana Singhe and maybe put out Yastika Bhatia or Smriti Mandana, which will be a final call that we can take on Telegram based on the final pitch conditions and the toss, etc. And my third bowler that I would take from India currently in this scenario would be Renuka Singh, who's been pretty impressive with that pace bowling. She does get some movement up front too, and hence she stays in this team. And obviously based on the toss and the playing 11, we make some final calls too. So this is my team for today. Ensure you go make your team right now on the Nostra Pro app. Remember to use the code Fantasy Preview to get 100% cash back on your first deposit, and join us on the Fantasy Crick Pro Telegram channel for all the final teams and updates. All the good luck to you. And now we have the pick section for the Sri Lanka women versus India women game. You answer a set of simple questions, get to win a lot of prizes. It's as easy as that. So let's see what questions we have in store. First one, who will win between Sri Lanka women and India women? I think India women are still favourites in spite of that hiccup in the last one. How many aggregate bowlers will pick 1 or more wicket? Now both options are slightly extreme in the form of less than 6 or 8 or more. So for now, I'm going to go with 6 to 7. Who will score more runs between Hasini Perera and Harmanpreet Kaur? Perera played just 1 game, looked in no real touch, while Harmanpreet has looked in amazing touch. So I'm going to go with her. Which bowler will have the higher economy rate between Ranveera and Rajeshwari Gaikwad? Now Ranveera has been very sharp, is playing in her own conditions, while Gaikwad played only 1 game, but I'm expecting her to be slightly more expensive in case she plays. Which bowler will concede more runs between Rana Singhe and Dipti Sharma? Rana Singhe has not bowled her full quota in every game, but in case she bowls the full quota, I don't think she's looked as sharp as Dipti, so I'm going to go with her. Will Shafali score 40 runs or more? I think maybe not, because she's playing more of the aggressor's role in that opening partnership, so she might end up giving her wicket with a rash shot, so no for now. How many aggregate boundaries will be hit in this match? Less than 45, 50 or more? For now, I think less than 45 is a decent answer according to me, but obviously that would be altered based on the conditions. Which bowler will pick more wickets between Sugandhika Kumari or Meghna Singh? I think Meghna Singh is a great proposition with the kind of pace and swing that she possesses up front, and I think that will be a threat to Sri Lanka, so I'll go with her. Who will hit more fours between Chamari Attapattu and Smithi Mandana? Chamari obviously looked in great touch, while Smithi does not have great data-wise numbers here, so I'm going with Chamari. Who will have the better batting strike rate between Kavisha Dilhari and Richa Ghosh? Richa Ghosh obviously is known for her strike rate, so I think that is pretty straightforward if she plays. How many aggregate wickets will be lost in this match? Less than 13, 15 or more? I think 15 or more, as we do see a lot of wickets fall in the back end of women's games. And finally, how many aggregate runs will be scored in this match? Less than 450 or 500 or more? I think 500 or more still averages to only about 250 odd runs per innings, which is a decent sort of setup for you to have. So that is the questions that we have for this game. Now let's look at what boosters we can take, whereby you select a 2x if you're super confident, or a no negative if you're not so confident. So I'm quite confident that India should be able to take this one on. So I'm going with the 2x there, while I'll go with the no negative on the Rajeshwari Gaikwad question in terms of the higher economy rate, as we have not seen her bowl much. So would be uncertain to give a decisive answer there. So these are my picks for this game. To get the final picks, you can join us on the Fantasy Cricket Pro Telegram channel. And don't forget to download the Nostra Pro app, because when you use the code Fantasy Preview, you get 100% cash back on your first deposit exclusively on this app. So go download it right away, and all the good luck to you.